Get out and move. Not because of the way it's going to make you look, but because of the way it's going to make you feel. One workout will never change the way you look, but one workout will elevate your mood and increase your energy every time. And when you start to compound that day in and day out, your body will start to transform also. Movement is the foundation of our health, I have no doubt. We have sleep experts and diet experts, relationships, mindset. Those things are all incredibly important. There is no doubt. But when you move, and you move particularly first thing in the morning, you boost your metabolism, you rev up the engine, you get those feel-good hormones flowing. All of a sudden, I start feeling good because I moved. Now my mindset's better. I'm feeling more positive. My outlook on the day is brighter. Just by simple movement in the morning. It's not about running a marathon. Just simple, natural movement. The movement's already increased my mindset. I'm feeling much more positive from simple movement. Now it's time to eat. I've moved in the morning. Body's feeling good. Do I want to put junk in it? Sure don't. We make better food choices when we're physically active. There's a study that was done with children at recess. They fed one group of the students, they gave them their lunch before recess, and one group after recess. The group that ate before they were physically active ate far more junk and rubbish than the children that came in and ate after they'd moved. When they moved their bodies were seeking nutrients. Not calorie-dense foods, but nutrient-dense foods. And they made better food choices without knowing, without being told anything, just by simply moving their bodies first. And these are children. We're adults, we know better. So when we move, we know what we should eat, but our bodies are telling us the right foods also. When I move in the morning, I have more patience. I'm kinder, which in turn helps build relationships. We know that the longest lived people, the happiest people in the world, are those with the best relationships, full stop. They've done a study for over 100 years. 100 years ago when they asked the participants, what will make you happy? Vast majority of them said fame and fortune. What do they say today when they ask them? Fame and fortune, same thing. Will fame and fortune make you happy? I suppose it could, if you have good relationships. But it's not the fame and fortune. It's the relationships, regardless of how much money you have. The people with the best relationships live the longest and are the happiest. But I know if I don't move, I have a harder time building relationships by being patient, by being kind, by being loving. We tire the body and the mind out a bit. You can stop and think. You don't react, but rather respond to situations. Cultivate better relationships. Mindset, diet, relationships, sleep. Why are people taking sleeping pills? Why are people struggling to fall asleep at night? The monkey mind has got a lot to do with it, there's no doubt. This overthinking, which is probably our greatest addiction, more so than alcohol, drugs, anything, is a compulsive thinking all the time. But back in the day, when people were farming or building shelter, had to find their food, they would have fallen asleep so easily because they've been physically exhausted. They actually tire their bodies out, which tires the mind, which allows you to sleep. And that bit of movement is going to do that for us. Movement helps us to sleep. It tires our body. So we go to bed at night. We're actually tired. And we fall asleep more easily because we've done movement. And 5 minutes in the morning can get us started that way. There's no doubt. But it's over time we add on to it. We start incorporating other forms of movement into our lives. And we really do feel exhausted at the end of the day. I love life. I love getting up every morning. But I don't think I love anything as much as getting into bed at night. Just feeling wiped out. I've done everything I can. I would probably can always do a little bit more, but that's just mental noise too, isn't it? Feeling that exhaustion, lying in a comfortable bed and knowing, oh yeah, I get to do it again tomorrow. And that positivity, that optimistic mindset, I know comes from the movement. These bodies are made to move. It's almost showing gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this incredible body that runs so efficiently. We're so fortunate. We gotta use it. Anxiety, stress. How much does that affect us? Let's take pills and potions for it. Nonsense. There is no alternative to physically moving, tiring the body and the mind so that you can be still at times. And I know the movement, sleep, diet, relationships, all these things are so important to me, feeling so joyful every day. But it's the ability to focus and pay attention that I've cultivated. Tapping into that source that's grander than us. If you want to call it God, fine. Source, universe. You can't get wet from the word water, as Alan Watts would say, unless you dive right into it. And to think that we can articulate what God is or whatever that thing is with our language is just hubris. Of course we can't. But there's something greater. To tap into that in moments of stillness, to meditate, to pray. I can't do that without the physical movement first. To tire the mind a bit, to quiet down the monkey mind that we all struggle with. And that movement facilitates the time of prayer, meditation, reflection, gratitude. It doesn't matter. Get caught up in the semantics of the words. We all need a time to be still, to be with our own thoughts. To push ourselves up this hill. And when I do this, I can then sit and just be for a bit. Rather than labels of certain stigmas, diseases, whatever they might be, I want to take control. I want to be in charge of my well-being. And if I do all these things, move, sleep right, eat right, build relationships, have a positive outlook, all of a sudden, life becomes truly joyful and amazing. And yes, there's always going to be struggles and challenges. Being positive isn't just about, oh, everything's fine, I'll just smile through it. No, it's an understanding that even in the challenges, even in the difficult moments, that it'll pass. That things will be okay if I continue to do the things that nourish me as opposed to deplete me. Not get caught up in the traps of distraction, distracting ourselves with drugs, alcohol, Netflix, whatever it is. We only know that we have this one life. We might as well get the most out of it. Who knows? I don't know what comes next. Oh. Energy can't be created or destroyed. We're energy. So I know sometimes in the morning that energy is kind of stagnant. I'm back. Camera went a little funky. I don't know what I'm going to be cutting from that. Looking at the ground's probably not that interesting. These are the things that would have really ticked me off. I would have got so annoyed with. It's just that acceptance of reality. Okay, this is the reality of the situation. This idea of universal truths. We've all heard there's no point crying over spilt milk. But that's everything. If something's already happened, what's the point of getting upset about it? Of losing our shit? There's no point. It's already happened. If there's a lesson that needs to be learned from it, learn the lesson. If there's a mistake that's been made, correct it, work hard not to repeat that mistake. But there's no point. This is just what's happened. This what is, that acceptance of reality. And I feel, for me, that it's the movement, the constant being physically active that gives me that space so that I do have the time to meditate, to pray, to ask for more patience, to ask for forgiveness for all the mistakes that I make, and to let them be and to let them go. And not get caught up in, oh, I used to beat myself up so much. Oh, it was brutal. Every morning, oh, you didn't do enough. What's wrong with you? You're no good. Breaking free from that is truly liberating. We're incomplete people. We're not fully done. We want to learn and grow and continue to get better. Embrace the mistake. Embrace the challenge. I don't think I've ever had an original thought, but I'm hoping that maybe this one was mine. That the more I push myself, the more discomfort I seek physically, the more comfort I create mentally. That seems to be the case. You gotta move the body, and all of a sudden, I can find some peace and contentment. I just wanna move. This is not for six-pack abs and beachbody arms. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. The people that love you do not care if you have six-pack abs. Good core stability so that you can have a strong lower back and not be in pain and be able to climb stairs, carry your groceries. That people will care about. If you can help out, somebody needs to move. Yeah, I can help you. I can carry that couch for you, no problem. I won't be in any pain or suffer at all from it. That people will care about. Again, there you go. Now we're building more relationships. Oh, it all comes together. It's a beautiful thing. I've tried all the distractions and nothing gets me as high and feeling as good as running. Being physically active. That high that just, it lasts. We know that a good workout can last you 12 hours. You just slowly come down from it. It's not like some illicit or some recreational activity. Yeah, you might get a little hit from it, but you come down hard. And there's always consequences. The only consequences of being physically active are, I have a better mindset. I eat better food. My relationships are better. I sleep better. I can connect to that thing, the divine, the greater source, Buddha, Allah, Krishna, Jesus, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter to me. There's something grander than us, and we tap into that. We become more loving, forgiving, kind. We get to embrace this beautiful life that we live. Be active. Enjoy your life, even in the struggles and the difficulties. God bless. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.